Jordan and April here, and tonight we are going to do a little game called Hot Ones. How this works is Jordan has picked out wings from B-Dubs, and we are going to ask each other questions, and I don't know like the spice level, the fire level of everyone, and we have to answer those questions without, basically crying. And we have to make it through 4 questions. We have water, we have ranch.
Eat the entire wing.
We have to eat the entire wing. Anything else?
Nope.
Final words?
Good luck.
I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. Also want to say, give a shout out to my friends Daniel, Emily Acton. They are youth pastors in Dodge City, Kansas, and they actually did this same exact thing a few weeks ago, and so they survived. So here's hoping.
So our first wing level is medium. It's right in the middle. In the middle. This should be no problem, right?
Yeah, that looks hot.
It's
like
medium.
that looks hot.
Who's going first, you or me?
I think you should.
All right.
Okay.
That's my question.
What will be the first place that you will go out to eat at when things open up? Oh my gosh, I can smell it. I can smell how hot it is.
It's not bad. I would say the first place I'm going to eat at when it opens up is McKinsey River Pizza. Question to you.
That stings, but look. Okay. The first place that I will go out to eat at when things open up, one of the coffee shops downtown.
Sure.
I don't know what one, but yeah, one of the coffee shops downtown. One of the local ones.
How you doing?
My nose is running. My face is sweating. Feel my face. You feel my face?
Moving on to the next one.
Huh.
We're gonna turn it up a little notch here. Caribbean jerk. It's a little high.
How long have you gone without showering or washing your hair during social distancing?
I have gone 2 days. 2 days without showering.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
No,
that's
it's
not bad. That's doable.
Yeah, I think
This
that's...
is really good. I don't know how you're gonna like it, but I really like it.
Well, jerk is in the title, so I don't know how much I'm gonna like it. Okay. What?
How long? The question: how long have you gone
Oh,
without
well, I
showering
have
or
to
washing
take a
your
bite first. It's got good flavor.
It's got a good flavor. I like it. I'll probably have another one.
It's okay. I'm okay. I think I've got. Oh, there it is. I've gone. I think 2 days without showering, but I've gone a week and 2 days without washing my hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Feel it. Feel my face. No, just
I'd rather
feel it.
not.
Feel it. Feel it. You didn't even feel it
I
when
did.
it's sweating.
My fingers touched your
Okay.
face. Hot.
Ah!
This is, if I remember right, this is 3rd or 4th from the hottest. I think it's 3rd.
And there's one more after
3rd or
this?
4th. I think it's.
Now my mouth's on fire. That one is like see, it's a jerk. Like right away it's like, ooh, I'm nice. And then it's like, ooh. Yeah.
All right, what's my question?
What has been your COVID-19 hobby? Like, what have you been doing to pass the time when you're not working from home, hanging out with Archer, that kind of thing?
I have been, this one is hotter.
Or-
I've been playing video games.
That's neat.
I've been playing video games.
Do you play with other youth leaders from the basement?
Maybe.
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 Like, who would that be?
Oh, I don't know. Carson and Josh, maybe.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Hot. It's hot.
Oh. Oh my gosh. I'm crying. Oh. My COVID-19 hobby. Oh my word. My COVID-19 hobby. It's so hot. It's so hot. My COVID-19 hobby has been reading. I've been doing so much reading. It's been so good.
So you've been doing reading?
I've been doing reading. So much reading.
Well, I wonder how this one is gonna go, since this is
Oh
the
my gosh. It has blazing on
this
it.
is Blazin', which comes with a warning on it.
This is so
says,
bad. Oh
may-
my gosh, it's so bad.
The warning says may irritate eyes or skin. This is the hottest one they have, Blazin'.
That one's sticking. That last one is sticking. It's hanging out in my mouth right now. I
Right.
just have to show my face after this one. Can you guys see it? Can you see the sweat? I hope you can. Seriously.
This.
What do you miss most about the basement? Oh my word.
The thing I miss most. Oh wow. That one is warm. The thing I miss most about the basement,
Your ears are getting red.
I can feel the sweat coming on my face. But I miss playing 9 Square with all the students, with all you guys.
That's
And worshiping.
That's nice. Nice.
My mouth is on fire.
This is like the hottest one you can get.
This is the hottest one you can get.
This is the hottest one you can get at beat-ups.
Yep, and I'm not doing well. I'm trying. I can't touch my eye.
Why can't touch you on?
Oh wow, Ugh. What do you miss most about the basement? That is warm.
It's not warm.
I can't even open my eyes. I'm touching my eye. I'm touching it. My hands are clean. Oh
What
man.
do you? It's so bad. What do you miss most?
You gotta answer
What
it.
do you miss most about that? I miss people. I just drank ranch. It's so bad. Oh my gosh. I'm shaking.
I think I can see sweat on your face.
We're done. I'm done.
No, you're not.
Hey, mommy, why don't
Hey, I feel better now.
I don't. Welcome to 8th grade takeover. One of my favorite nights of the whole entire school year. 8th graders, we believe in you. Middle schoolers, we believe in you. We know that you are contributors to the kingdom, and tonight we want to learn from you. So take it away.
Yeah, what's one trick that you learned during middle school? Here's one that I learned.
Hey guys, so I just want to say I have really enjoyed doing middle school ministry, And I want to come back here when I'm old enough to do my own small group because I just love it so much. One thing that I would say that if I could go back to my 6th grade self is don't give up. It's going to be hard times, but you can power through it, and that God is always there for you. So yeah. Bye.
Hi, this is Ethan and Isaiah. Ethan, I'm here because I'm an 8th grade boys leader. He's here because he's an 8th grade boy. We've been on this journey together, and I wanted to quickly just share, since I have this opportunity, a moment of what I would say to myself as a 6th grade leader just starting out. I would say, please take those moments, those 2, 3, 4 seconds a night. When you have that window to say something meaningful, say it and point them to Jesus, even though the rest of the time they're hurting themselves or breaking something. It's okay. Point them to Jesus. Eventually it will pay off and you can have meaningful relationships with these kids. But don't give up and don't be discouraged. That's what I say. All right. How about you? If you could go into the quantum realm and go zoom around and come out and talk to your 6th grade self, what would you say?
I would say don't freak out and make the most of Gaga Ball while it lasts, because it's gone. It'll be gone in a while. And to not be intimidated and jump right into stuff and do all the things up there, because it's fun.
It is fun. Yeah, we've learned a lot. We've learned a lot over these past 3 years. We've learned a lot about our identity, newness, and a new creation in Christ and who we are. I take that very seriously. We've learned that sometimes we need to persevere through difficult times, and God helps us all the time. He always helps us persevere when things get tough and when they don't go as planned. And there's a lot of things that we have learned over the years, these wonderful 3 years. What are some other fun memories that you have, Isaiah, of middle school ministry?
Well, I really like the games. Well, a few of the games I really liked were Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Cup and Jigglypuff. Those are probably my 2 favorites. And doing sound and slides and Gaga Ball and 9 Square.
Yeah, fun stuff. And we got to hang out with great people every Wednesday night, and it was fantastic. So I know we couldn't have the regular 8th grade takeover this year so far. Hopefully we can still gather together and have a good time. But in the meantime, it's been a great 3 years with this 8th grade crew. I've enjoyed them a lot, and we hope that the rest of your night, whatever that it may entail, goes awesome, and we hope to see you all soon. Yeah?
Okay, so because it's 8th grade takeover, April asked us to answer some questions today. So I'm gonna answer the question that it was, how did you see Jesus work through your life in middle school? So I remember last year I kind of lost my faith. I started questioning whether God was real at all, at all. I didn't tell anybody about that I was having these doubts. I assumed that everyone still thought that I was confident in my faith. But I was really struggling. And in summer camp last year, we did the sermon. They invited us to stay and worship longer if we wanted to. And so because all the other girls in my small group were staying, I just I'll stay too. So I remember being brought to tears because I felt God's presence so much that day. And that night, I felt really convicted for what I thought and what all these doubts that were going through my head. I felt really convicted about that. But at the same time, I felt completely and 100% forgiven. The best way I can describe it is I felt like the prodigal son after his father came and ran and hugged him and kissed him. That's how I felt.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe during this time. I just wanted to hop on here and answer a few questions for 8th grade takeover. So the first question is, how did you see Jesus work in your life in middle school? I definitely grew so much closer to Jesus in my middle school years. I had amazing people around me like April who were constantly loving on me and showing me who Jesus was. And going along with that, just being more confident in myself and just knowing who I am. Next question, what did God teach you in your middle school years? He taught me to love others and just truly be God's hands and feet and just be kind to everybody you come in contact with. Next question, what wisdom would you like to pass on to current middle schoolers, and if you could go back to 6th grade self, what would you say? Some wisdom I'd like to pass on would be just to be kind and confident and yourself and just know that you were loved and you matter. And if I could go back to my 6th grade self, I would say to not try to fit into anybody else's standards and just be me and have fun with it.
How did Jesus work in my life during middle school? During middle school, I believe Jesus worked in my life to bring my friends closer to Christ. What did God teach me during middle school? I believe God taught me not to worry about what others think of me and to hold myself to His standards. If I were to pass on any knowledge to you, it would be to not worry about what others think of you, and don't compare yourself to others. Hold yourself to God's standards. If I could tell my 6th grade self something, I would just tell him, respect your elders and respect your peers.
Hi everyone, I'm Tava. How I saw God this year was through my friends and family. They've been so supportive and so loving and caring this year and patient. I honestly can't thank them enough for everything they've done. I also saw God through His Word this year. How sovereign He is over every single thing. And then what God taught me this year was that I don't need to be in control of every single thing. And I need to be patient with my siblings, my parents, my friends, everyone. The wisdom I would like to pass along to middle schoolers would be just to enjoy middle school and to just have faith in God and trust that He is sovereign over every single little thing. If I could go back and tell my 6th grade self something, it would be to trust God with my whole heart and just commit my life to God as much as possible. That's it.
Hey guys, it's Britta. I'm going to be sharing some advice about my own middle school experience and some things I've learned. The number one thing is to remember that God is in control, depend on Him, lean into His Word, and pray. That will help you so much, and just never forget that He is in control. Another thing is to go on church trips. Have fun, but they're not only fun, they help you reconnect with the Lord. If you're going through a time where maybe you aren't reading your Bible as much as you'd like to, they really help you get back into that because they help you with your faith so much. And another thing is to put on a worship song if you're ever upset or having a bad day, because they're super encouraging and it's a way to praise Him and give glory to Him. And they help me through hard times. Even at school, I'll listen to worship music if I'm having a bad day or just am needing some encouragement. I'll throw on a worship song and it really helps me through that time. And so those are some things that have really helped me throughout middle school and this year especially. So just remember that, and yeah.
Hey everyone, so as you may know, my name is Olivia Cook and I'm an 8th grade at Waukee Middle School. I hope you're all doing well and have gotten used to all this distance learning stuff. So tonight I'm here to tell you a little about my middle school years and how the basement and Jesus have helped me through it. So as many of you know, middle school can be tough, but I have seen Jesus work in my life over the past 3 years. Because of Jesus, I am more confident and comfortable to meet new people, try new things, and spread the word to my peers. Because I sometimes get stressed with school and homework, I have learned that I don't need to be anxious or stressed because I know that Jesus is with me every step of the way. Jesus has helped me see people for who created them versus what I sometimes see or judge people as. God has taught me through middle school that I shouldn't be concerned about what people think about me. I have gained more confidence knowing that God sees me in His own creation. Like April says, I am one of God's masterpieces, just like all of you. God has also taught me to be more bold about my faith. Although sometimes it may be difficult to share your faith, I know that in the end, God honors my love for Him and for other people. I have also learned to trust God more because of my difficult times in my life. Looking back, God was with me through those times, even though it may not have felt like it. Ultimately, those things have helped me grow in my faith. The last question that April had asked me is, what would you say to your 6th grade self or an incoming 6th grader? I would say that ultimately your identity is found in God and only God. If it wasn't for April and her ministry, I would still be thinking that my value comes from others and this world. It's just like Jesus said, love God and love others. Thank you so much, April and Mindy and all the other middle school ministries, leaders, and helpers for a job well done.
Hey, middle schoolers, this is Bob. What can I say? I wish I had something super motivating or awesome to tell you guys, especially the 8th graders, since I don't have anything super inspiring to say. What I can say is that it has been a genuine pleasure to get to know you guys, and I really honestly mean that from the bottom of my heart. I never thought I would be here to tell you something like that. Never thought I'd be working with middle schoolers, but man, what a joy, what a pleasure it has been to work with you guys. I miss you guys. If I could give you any advice, just because believe it or not, as old as I am, I once was many, many years ago, your age. And if I could give you any advice, to prosper and to succeed in this world, to have Jesus and be part of the kingdom is how you're going to prosper in the world. Not only for yourselves, but for the people that you encounter, so that you can share with them the love of the Lord. And thanks to all you guys. You've inspired me. Keep it up. I love all of you guys. And anytime you need something, you let me know. Thanks. Take care, everybody. Little shout out to the basement.
Hey 8th graders, it's Zach and Randy here, and Granite. And we just wanted to leave you a quick message for 8th grade takeover tonight, and kind of as a blessing as you go out past middle school ministry. The last few years you've really learned that you're loved, you belong, and you matter. And I really want you to know that you are loved, and you do belong, and you do matter. And I really want to challenge you now as you go out to just show others that, and continue to do awesome things. We love you a ton. We know you'll continue to do awesome things. We just can't wait to see where God takes you from here. So take care. We love you lots, and good luck out there beyond middle school now.
Hi, 8th graders. We are thinking of you often these days, thinking about what it's like to finish out your middle school years in a different way, challenged by this virus and this quarantine. But you know what? This is life here on earth in our world where we are not in control, but we know who is. All of the lessons and discussions that we've had in the basement teach us that God is in control. He loves us. He cares for us. Even when sometimes it feels like we're alone, we're not. So as you move into high school, as you continue this journey, I would just ask that you remember to look for God's wonders. They're everywhere. You can hear them in the birds singing up here in this tree. You can see it in this new grass that grows. It's a reminder every day's a new day. Every day's a fresh start. You can leave yesterday behind and start a new day. And then those days when the storm of life is shaking you up, shaking the tree. Remember, you're rooted in the basement, rooted in the foundation of your relationship with Jesus. And He will hold you steady. He will lift you up. He will help you grow, and you can reach for the sky, reach for your dreams, follow His leading, and there is no end. So look for His wonders every day, no matter where you are. Wishing you the best. Bye.
Hey, 8th graders. Tonight I am going to read your 8th grade takeover blessing. This is something that my friend and your friend, Brooklyn Lindsay, who is here this fall for She Grows, this is something she did for her 8th graders and wrote for her 8th graders back in 2014. And ever since I read that, I thought this is so great, and this is something that I want to do for our 8th graders. I'm excited to share this year's 8th grade takeover blessing with you. Dear 8th graders, I wish we were in the basement right now for this moment. I wish that you were standing in front of myself along with your other youth leaders, your other friends, your parents. I wish that we could have our arms around you, and that as you would be looking out into the crowd, you would see faces of people that love you and care for you so very much. Our reality has been completely turned upside down in the last 6 to 7 weeks. And typically in the basement, when we talk about turning things upside down, we talk about it in a positive way. And we know that some of the things that have happened in the last 6 weeks haven't been positive. They've been hard. They've been tough. And we are with you in that. So tonight, as I read your 8th grade takeover blessing, as I typically would, know that this is not what we expected or wanted for you this year. Know that someday we hope to celebrate you and watch you take over the basement face to face instead of screen to screen. The last 3 years, you've shown your commitment to showing up, to growing, and to serving others. You've even cheered each other on when others decided to not keep doing some of these things. Our prayer for you has been that the basement would feel like a second home to you. That on your hardest Wednesdays and your best Wednesdays, your heart's desire would be to come to the basement even if you weren't feeling it. I'm guessing that one of the number one reasons you kept coming on Wednesdays is this: your youth leaders. The adults in our ministry that care so deeply for you, the ones who have sent you a Marco Polo, who have texted you, who have called you, who have dropped off candy on your front doorstep. This fall, when you move up to high school, I am going to miss seeing you sit in your circles together. I will miss watching you walk off to small group together. But I know those circles will still be there for you through high school, because the adults in the middle school ministry will always be here for you. I know this because the adults in our ministry care about you. They care about you because they know that they are significant and have something significant to offer to you. I want you to know that we will do our best to make sure you always have trusted adults in your life to help you through some of the things that you will face in high school. Thank you for trusting us and sticking with us. A disciple of Jesus actively follows him and loves people. Will you keep doing that? Even when you doubt it, will you return to it? We don't mind your questions, but we do mind when you disappear. When life gets busy, keep coming back. You'll never regret the time that you spent following Jesus, because Jesus is always worth following. I want you to know that we are paying attention. And even though you're moving from one ministry to the next, we will never move on from you. I pray that the words you have learned from us on Wednesday nights and outside of Wednesdays, and we've hopefully made that visible in our lives, that those words will continue to sink in deep into your hearts, and that you'll be able to reach for them when you need them the most and offer them with others when they need them the most. We want you to continue to make Wednesdays the best day of the week. This step into high school is a big one. We may not be at your locker every day, but we will be cheering for you, and we will be available if your locker is overwhelming, if you didn't make the A squad, if your friend stabbed you in the back, or if you're confused or you're hurt. We'll be here. Just send a text. Just make a call. My hope is that you'll turn the world upside down, actively following Jesus, loving people, finding your identity in Jesus alone, living in community with other disciples of Jesus, and being for people, loving them wherever they are. So shock the world, 8th graders, by turning it upside down with the love of Jesus. Show them what you're made of. We'll be right here, turning the world upside down with you, one step at a time. We love you. Eighth graders, thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. We want you to know that this is just part one of a 2-part celebration. And when we can gather together again one day, we will celebrate you and what God has done in you and through you during the middle school years. We love you so much. Next week, you're going to want to tune in for our last online gathering of the school year. So don't forget to tune in next week, May 6th, 6:30, right here. We miss you, middle schoolers. You're the bomb.com.